All right, welcome everyone here to another night of CEVO Season 6. We had some reschedules, so last night didn't happen, but we do have, I think, 2 or 3 games tonight. We're going to start off with a really good match. It's going to be Boreal Esports going up against Leviathan, and it might be a really good cast. Who knows? Of course, I'm Helium as usual around here, but joining me is SirActionSlacks. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me, and very excited to see Leviathan and Boreal play together. I love watching these new teams go head-to-head.
Yeah, I think Boreal's had a few roster changes. Like, I know KVH, I think, has been playing around with them for a while. So I think he's the newest. Loki and 470, I think, have been around for a while. Obviously, Leviathan is one of the more stable rosters in all of Dota. It's been Shredder, Shibby, Nusham. Looks like they do have a stand-in tonight. Let's see if I can remember who's missing. Jenkins is there. I will remember who's missing. Sunken is not there, so that we've got it. And, well, we've already started off with some picks, some bans. Juggernaut getting, well, I guess a lot of hate as he's banned out. Brewmaster banned out. Slark Troll and Venge is picked up.
I hate Juggernaut. Great decision. Juggernaut
Yeah,
sucks.
why? I was just doing some scrims with some friends, some casting fellows, and they were banning Juggernaut. Did something happen to Juggernaut?
Nah, he's just annoying. I don't know. I just hate him. He's just he's not fun to play against. The level 6, the ultimate. I don't know. I mean, I don't think anything really has significantly changed. He's just pretty strong in this meta because he can do good in the mid game and then still carry on to the late game. So I don't know what went wrong, but at least I'm not seeing as much PA though. That's nice.
That's true. We are still seeing Tidehunter picked up a lot or banned out in the first phase. I mean, he's pretty much the definitive offlaner. Centaur maybe being number 2, and we'll see if that hero gets picked up. But it's Vengeful Spirit for Leviathan. Hero is very good. Starts off strong with an early stun. Goes well into the late game just with the defensive capabilities of the Nether Swamp. And it will be Lion probably as a support, but maybe we see that take on more of a level-dependent farming role, mid or something.
I don't see a lot of Lions these
hope.
days, so what do you think about that pick?
It's like, why do you need to pick Lion early? I don't think that hero's going anywhere in the draft. If you're picking it, it's maybe to throw them off the scent. I don't know. I don't know what the scent is.
10 seconds
but
remaining.
We can smell something.
Yeah,
Just have no idea what it is yet.
5 seconds
They got to get
remaining.
get the pugs. Follow that scent down.
All right, well, let's see. Vengeful Spirit, huh? So their position is going to be pretty good, I'm assuming, but they're going to need something to be able to deal with that Tidehunter. Any recommendations, sir?
Yeah, don't nether swap it into your entire team, so maybe they watch out for that. I think Doom is pretty good, because Doom is one thing that won't get Kraken shelled off. Like, a lot of times you try to kill Tidehunter, he's stunned, and then suddenly he's not, and he ravages. So, I think Doom's a pretty good start.
I like that, too. A nice pick. Now, what is Team Boreal Esports known for? I haven't actually caught many of their games, so are there any frequent people that they play? Or
Going to be a tough question for me to answer. I haven't been casting. CEVO took a break like early December, so it's been almost a month since like anything crazy has happened. I know Boreal shifted a few members, so not positive, to be honest.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm sure we'll find out real quickly who they're good at, but...
Yeah, I mean, KVH, I'm actually not sure what role KVH is playing. He's a really solid player that, I don't know, he's never really found himself on a team for too long of a time period, but he is pretty good. He does play core, from what I remember, so maybe we see KVH pick up a core role. So probably not the Tide or the Lion, but Leviathan are going to ban out. This is the team we do know a lot about, Leviathan, a little bit more in the spotlight of everything Dota 2. Shredders, Wraith King is, what is he called again? Yes, Wraith King, not Skeleton King. That's definitely one of his bread and butter heroes, and they banned him out themselves.
I'm surprised that that's interesting they banned him out then, the Wraith King.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty good against the Tide too, right? Like, Tide has double Ravage later on. Maybe they kill your Wraith King once, but you have that second life to always sort of survive any Wombo combo.
Right.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, no Mirana this match, so that's interesting. I guess they're worried about kind of ganks coming on when they don't want that to be occurring, so...
they might have a greedy pick for mid or something. For instance, maybe Lion goes mid and you don't want Mirana just sitting there shooting arrows at your Lion because he's gonna die like nonstop.
Like immediately, yeah.
Hero with no escape.
Nothing worse. All right, well, let's see. Can't wait to see who the next ban is. A Witch Doctor ban. Interesting choice there as
10
well.
seconds remaining.
Leviathan have literally banned like all of their signature
5
heroes
seconds
pretty much.
remaining.
What kind of strategy is that?
I
I'm
don't
smelling
know.
something too.
They're-
It's fishy stuff.
Razor
They're trying
time.
to learn more, I guess. It's like how Mushi was banning Ricky and Huskar for the longest time, like in all of his big games back on Team Malaysia.
All right. The last ban. Taking their sweet time figuring it out.
So, is there a hero that you want to see picked for either team?
Techies.
Techies? Has it actually been picked yet in a competitive Dota match?
Nah, Black has played one Techies game.
Oh, yeah, Black did pick
since
it up.
Captain's Mode, and it was played in quotation marks. It was atrocious.
He was around. Maybe he wasn't playing.
Techies existed. Yeah.
Did he take it mid too?
Yeah, it was. I don't even want to talk about it. Bad news.
All right, so
All
heroes
right,
to get
so
banned out
our
is
next
Void.
pick here. Who would you pick against the current lineup right now?
10 seconds remaining.
I think I maybe just want some initiation to try to
5
kill
seconds
Doom, but you
remaining.
can't have any of like the. You need follow-up. You can't just have one single target lockdown like a bat or something, because Venge will get anyone out of that, can keep the Doom alive. So Phantom Assassin, I mean, that's initiation, right? You got the dagger to slow, and you can blink in and find some crits with some early kills. That's also, I don't know, Venge can kite Phantom Assassin around a little bit, and Legion comes out for Leviathan, so they're protecting somebody, whether it be the Doom or any one of these next two picks. Like, with the swap and press the attack, it's pretty hard to find a kill if you're Boreal.
I like the Legion pick too. A nice blink initiation on that Tidehunter. Maybe try to knock him out. And Legion could be a great counter to Phantom Assassin too. Knocks out her blur, I believe,
10
while they're in
seconds
duel.
remaining.
So
No, I don't think it does anymore.
it doesn't do that
Right,
anymore.
right-
Well, game over.
Right before they added Legion to Captain's mode, they made it so it doesn't
Reserve
disable
time.
passives anymore.
No
And
wonder I
Doom,
can't win.
Yeah, no wonder I'm losing all these duels to PA.
Radiant team.
Doom doesn't either, so you'll probably see Doom Russian Ags. I would think Midas Blink Ags. I think it's pretty much the only thing worth building on Doom these days.
Yeah. I don't think Boreal has enough ultimate burst damage here. Lion and Lena, maybe a few Dagons to even it out. Good lord.
If you consider coup de grace ultimate damage, they've got quite a
Absolutely.
bit from that as well.
Not
But
enough burst.
I think that explains the
10
Mirana pick,
seconds
like I was
remaining.
saying. If they put either the Lena or the Lion middle,
team
I guess
down.
maybe PA goes there, but you don't want them just having arrow shot at them all day, because no one really has an escape except for that Phantom Assassin. And now Wisp gets
Yeah, I'm
picked up.
terrified. Why would you pick Wisp? There's death everywhere. So, this is going to be one hell of a Wisp play.
You better
Sounds like
be on the back lines.
Whew. Jeez, any single one of these heroes could almost
5
one-shot the
seconds
Wisp
remaining.
except for Tidehunter. Poor little Wisp. So
Yeah.
what's their big
Razor
strat? Are they going to be
time.
rolling with a Tiny, a CK, something with that Wisp, or what are we doing here?
I mean, I could see the overcharge just being pretty good, keeping up the Doom and the Legion, or, tether overcharge while Legion's dueling somebody is probably going to be a victory. But yeah, maybe they just want to pick up one of Wisp's like best friends, CK Tiny. Well, I mean, what are the lanes for now? Doom probably off lane. I don't know really where I like Legion the most, to be honest. Mid or jungle, I guess.
Right.
Radiant team ban.
I mean, Legion could do an okay job off lane, spamming the Q, but not against a team of this caliber, most likely. So I don't know either, man.
Well,
Could be anything.
There's definitely a role available for one of Wisp's
10
like
seconds
best friends,
remaining.
so they could just very well go for that. It won't be Venomancer. That's what Boreal
5
takes out.
seconds remaining.
The hero is I don't know. It like can survive a lane and it can do well in a core position, but I
time.
feel like most of the time it's an easy gank and you can just shut that hero down without a problem.
Yeah. When your entire hero is about doing your ultimate and then trying not to die, that's probably not the best
Tend to
pick here.
die a lot.
Tend to die quite often. All right, our last ban here for Team Leviathan. Who could really mess up their combo right now? I'm gonna have to say ban out the Omni Knight. There it is. I'm a genius.
I mean,
Dire team
the Omni Prophet himself, right?
Yeah, Omni Knight would have really messed up their what they were going for on this team, so it was a good ban from them.
I feel like either team would have done okay with an Omni. Like, imagine having
Oh, yeah.
Repel and then Lina or Lion are like, what do we do with all these spells? Can't use them on Doom. I don't know.
Yep. But I don't know. I personally don't really like Omni Knight versus PA. If
10
you want
seconds
the
remaining.
entire enemy team to be able to fully commit to killing your team with the
5
Guardian
seconds
Angel on, and
remaining.
PA can just jump back out and then jump back in, so it makes for a pretty rough game there.
Reserve time.
All right, so Boreal now looking for their last. They have the offlaner. They have at least one support. Phantom Assassin either taking the safe lane or going mid. I think Lina might go mid. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So we are looking for, I guess, another support here, which would explain the Omni Knight being banned out.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have much time to do it. Only about 15 seconds remaining here for Footsie to make up his mind.
Oh boy.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll let it go down to the last second. Ooh, Earthshaker. All right, so it will be a support. And it's a nice stun, a nice block off, so that Lina can drop her light strike array, or Lion can just find an Earth Spike, a sheep, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's an interesting pick. Usually see that with people with a lot more kind of micro units, though, so we'll see how it plays out. Could it be a crit shaker, sir? Is
Yeah.
that what we might be seeing here?
I mean, it could go middle. Could be the safe lane farmer. I wouldn't be against it.
10
I'll put it that way.
remaining.
It might not be the best call, but it's definitely going to be the best
5
show
seconds
for the viewers,
remaining.
for the people.
Boreal is a people team. All right, our last pick
Reserve
here.
time.
Who would be the best choice?
Well, they've got their supports. They just need a Wisp friend, really. I
That's
mean, I
it?
think Legion does okay.
Yeah.
I could see Tiny being pretty good just because the Craggy is going to be really aggravating for Phantom Assassin. Just any melee dealing with Craggy kind of sucks. Someone that's going to build a BKB and have it not be a horrible item, so maybe Sven.
Yeah, I would say Sven would be great
10
this game.
seconds
A lot of
remaining.
quick burst damage, get that early BKB to just be
5
controlling those team
seconds
fights. He's
remaining.
great against Phantom Assassin if he gets the right items. A Viper!
Or it could just be really boring. Pick a
Yeah,
Viper.
everybody get your 90s on. It's a Viper match.
Well, you say that, but it is Shredder playing Viper, and Shredder builds weird items. For instance, his Wraith King build is Radiance first, and not many other people do that. But Shredder does, and he makes it work. So maybe we'll see something interesting, but probably not.
You really should prepare for battle.
And quickly, let me add you to the Twitters on the
Oh!
on the overlays. Not that people couldn't figure it out, I think, by just hearing who is casting. Nice, it dropped the S down to a new line. Something's
supposed to
messed
stop?
up. I can't hear Slacks. Oh, were you talking in game or no?
I thought so. I put it on the open mic, open threshold. So
All right, well, just don't talk in game, and now you're talking in game, so you're set.
well, okay. Sorry about that.
Magic. Sorry, you didn't miss much.
Magic.
It was just draft analysis, and maybe not even that.
There wasn't much analysis, to be honest
no.
with you. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Maybe Cart just doesn't know what he's doing. And we do have Cart Dota on the stats tonight, guys. So, of course, big shout out to
30
him.
seconds
If
to
you don't like the
battle.
stats, make sure to file a complaint. All right, we'll introduce the teams now. We've got Leviathan on the Radiant side. Shredder will be playing the oh-so-exciting
What they
Viper.
can do these
Legion
days.
Commander with the horse costume on. Going to be in the middle lane. It's going to be Shibby. He's taking a break, I guess, from his usual Brewmaster shenanigans. Newsham's going to be playing the Vengeful Spirit, the stand-in Flying Zebra, and this could maybe explain some of the picks. Is going to be playing on that Wisp, but we see them breaking up the trees so that they can stack those camps in mid. And off lane, it will be Jenkins on the Doom and Slacks. If you want to introduce Boreal.
Absolutely. Well, we have Boreal 470 Bobby Sports going for your Tide Hunter, trying to secure that bottom room there. He's going to be joined up by Footsie, the Earthshaker. And at the top lane, trying to secure that top rune, we have Susie and Loki, 57. Looks like down in the mid, blocking that up. They're actually going to run that Lena on the mid, played by KVH.
Yeah, that should be pretty exciting, I think, KVH on the Lena. Unless he like dies a lot early and gets shut down for some reason. But KVH is quite a player, so it'll be fun. And he's got the Arcana, so that means he's pro at Lena.
Oh.
And apparently it was a gift from 747 Susie.
A gift from the goddess.
Wasn't aware you could actually give those gifts. Oh, the trade restrictions. I don't know what's going on, but we are paused, and Nusham is being very rude.
Watch the language. So who's going to be winning this this rune engagement here? Could I probably have to say Boreal, eh?
I'm gonna have to take another look. Were they talking about the bottom lane rune engagement here?
I'm talking about all the runes.
All the
bottom
rune
and
engagements? Well, I think bottom is gonna go to Leviathan. Oh, maybe not because they've got a Fisher. So just kidding. Had the Fisher not been there, I mean, Viper showing up is always pretty scary, but it'll be Tide. That's good. Tide on the off lane, starting off with that 100 experience, like that's pretty annoying and really good for Tide.
Those new bounty runes are just so good. I mean, just incredible. Ooh, a nice block there on the bottom lane by Boreal. Making sure that those creepies don't go anywhere. Liking it, liking it.
Yeah, and Footsie will... He did start with 4 clarities, so he was... I think he's just going to run around blocking the lanes based on where he's going. Probably try to stack a hard camp, block mid or something. Rinse and repeat, be level 1 forever, because you don't really need much more than level 1 on Earthshaker.
Not really. He's got plenty of drink, so we'll be seeing how that goes. Middle lane looking pretty easy so far for Lena. Seeing Legion Commander be taking a ton of damage. So I wonder who's going to walk out on top from that bad boy.
I think Legion will be... At level 1, it's not so great, but once Legion gets the bottle up and running, bottle plus press the attack, it's pretty hard to force a Legion out of the lane. They have so much sustain. But I think Lena will also get quite a bit of farm, so... And level 6? I guess it just depends who jumps who, right? Like, I see the kill going either way. Lena may be more favored just because Laguna Blade is ridiculous.
Leading the last hit so far is going to be Phantom Assassin up in the top lane with nobody trying to do anything about that. I think top lane has just been abandoned at this point. What's up with that strategy?
Yeah, I mean, Doom, I guess, would have been their offlaner. Dooms, a lot of times, will go into the jungle and get, like, level 4 and then head back to the offlane. I don't really like the idea of giving PA free farm so much, but it's also not good to just have Doom there. Doom gets nothing, and PA is getting free farm. I guess that is a worse scenario.
Sometimes you got to know when to give it up. It looks like a little bit of an initiation down the bottom lane. Tide are going to get stunned out, and Shredder going to be going in. Could Shredder get that first blood? Nope. He's going to say, that's a little bit too deep for me, and back out. So, risky stuff, but Tidehunter is certainly getting a lot of pressure on him. Only 2 Tankos left. Let's see if he survives.
Yeah, I think Tide's pretty happy to have already got level 3, just because you can leave Viper versus Tide, and Tide will lose that lane pretty badly, I think. Because Kraken Shell doesn't help you against the slow coming out from Viper's poison attack, because it just gets reapplied so quickly. So I think it's an easy kill, especially with the Wisp and that tether move speed. It's going to be pretty easy to chase him down.
It's nasty. I do love watching good Wisps. I cannot play Wisp for the life of me, so it's always fun to watch somebody who knows what they're doing with it.
Also pretty garbage at the Wisp. I try, and then I embarrass myself.
Well, it looks like Jenkins level 2 right now. Still trying to get something going here with his Doom, but he's doing all right so far. I gotta agree with you. I'm very worried about that top lane PA. Just the free farm, the madness. You gotta put a cork in that. If you let that PA ball out of control, this game is not gonna be looking too good.
Why is she so shiny? Like, what's going on?
She's beautiful. That's the Arcana. It's top level.
You can like pick colors as well now.
Oh yeah.
I've been out of the game, man.
Yeah, out of the loop, dog.
It's like a holiday
Arcanas are hot
break.
right now. Hot, hot, hot.
So they got 2 Arcanas on Boreal, so I think they just win by default. Is that how it works?
Tidehunter are moving in a little bit pretty far down here. Trying to mess with their creep pulls, grab one of those little creepies and bring them on back. I don't think that one will be enough, though. And Shredder is doing quite well. Second in ahead on the last hits, though. Oh!
There you
Shibby's
go.
first game as Legion Commander. Wowee!
I'm sure he's loving it. He's actually having a pretty difficult time in mid. I thought he'd be able to get a little more CS than he is. He'll be able to pick up the 4-minute rune bottom at least. And Wisp will help him out with some regen. But Legion's only at 10 CS, 1 deny. Compare that to 17 and 8 over on KVH on the Lina.
Oh boy.
What do you think Lina goes for first, or what would you like to see? What would you build?
Oh man. Well, we definitely know that their entire team is going to be rushing that BKB. I would at least think so. So definitely, I would probably go with Scepter or Blink Dagger, but that's just me. I always make that decision on it. Have I died yet? So I don't know. Your thoughts?
I would agree with those. Maybe you put a Yule Scepter into the equation just to set up your stun, but I think the Earthshaker is probably going to be enough to make sure you land your Light Strike arrays.
Right.
Also, I know they adjusted Lina. They gave her what? Did they give her even more attack range in the new patch? But they also
she's pretty
increased her
much sniper.
damage and her mana costs, I think, on both Dragon Slave and Light Strike Array. And yeah, so more stun.
Looks like Lion's looking for a pick here in the mid, but that's probably not a good idea. There are several teammates behind that Legion Commander, so if Lion goes in for that, that might be quite the poor move. Legion Commander's also almost level 6 as well, so that might be caught out pretty bad there. Lina already picking up that level 6, though. She's ready to rock and roll, so might just get bursted out before anybody can help her.
Yeah, Wisp is at 492. That's his total HP. Laguna Blade hits for 450, and then there's some mitigation.
Oh, God.
But
Get out of there, little Wisp!
that's basically Wisp right there, and one ability. I guess you put a Light Strike Array, or which one did he max more? Dragon Slave in on top of that, and you probably kill the Wisp. So even if he goes in for the save, he might just die. But Lion decides to back off anyways. I'll just go back top and continue stacking and pulling. PA is still free farming with a terrifying 43 and 15 creep score right now.
God, PA is going ham up here.
2,000 gold
Is she
in the
going to be
bank.
rushing that the Battle Fury, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I could see Battle Fury. I mean, what else would you really go for first? I mean, Helmet Dominator, I guess people go for quite a bit.
No, there's just a huge... I mean, Boreal has just got all the XP, all the gold right now, and I'm not really sure what Leviathan Gaming's got going on their end.
More Blink.
Yeah.
No, I think if you can get a Battle Fury at like 10 freaking minutes, like she's probably on track to do. And yeah, here it is. The Perseverance is already on its way out. So that's going to be crazy. She's going to farm so much so fast. Bottom lane though, Footsie's in some trouble. Shredder will let go the first Viper Strike of the game and find an easy kill there on to the Earthshaker. So that's going to be the first blood going away. I don't think Shredder gets out of this for free, though, as the two TPs are in, and now the Laguna Blade's going to be enough. That'll bring down the Viper, who only had 1 point in the Corrosive Skin. So they traded out. Lina gets a nice kill, 1 for 1. First blood over to the Viper, but Lina is also doing quite well. I would say it's a pretty even trade, and we look, the gold was about the same and a little bit, even more experience for Boreal. So actually, Boreal, they lose the first blood, but I feel like that's pretty advantageous for them overall.
I mean, that's good, but my favorite saying with Viper is that, you know, he wins lanes and that he loses games. So just because he gets the first blood, I'm not sure if that's going to mean too much against this team, especially with a PA. I mean, if there's one thing that they didn't want to happen, it's that PA balls out of control because their team just does not have that much early game hoompa. And if she starts rolling up on people already, it's going to be quite the quick engagement here.
Yeah, Doom doesn't have a lot to help out, and he might even get roamed on. We actually see it's Loki and 747. The PA is roaming about right now. I think they want to go for mid, but if they find someone else, if like Blur gets disabled, I guess they'll know that Jenkins is nearby. But sights are on mid for now.
Oh no, his precious stack camps! No, baby! Oh, the thievery! Oh, that poor Doom's gonna be quite disappointed when he goes back up there. Boreal Susie just eating apart those camps, getting that even quicker Battle Fury. Oh no.
Yeah, Jenkins working on the hard camp here with his Tornado. He was keeping that skill for a while. Unfortunately, he'll come to this camp and it will be empty, and he'll be like, what? But Susie, did he already buy a Claymore? I thought he had more money than that. I got 300 in the bank after finishing the purse. I think he might have bought 2 TPs and then went bottom lane. Wisp has gone up top. Flying Zebra's level 4 on that Wisp. If we compare that to the supports on Boreal, Earthshaker is at 3. Tidehunter, the offlane, at 7. He's actually going to rotate over and find the Flying Zebra and tell him to stop flying.
Oh!
747's now rotated back up. He's been all over the map. I'm not sure why, but I guess stealing the stack from the Doom is actually pretty nice. I feel like it's maybe something Tide could have just done, but either way.
Well, you know. They want to put in that mental strain early. Make sure that they know that they're could be everywhere and nowhere. That poor Wisp, he's got to be a ninja this game. If he's even seen, he's dead. He's got to be in the shadows. I don't know what he was doing that far up on the top lane there.
Hard to stay in the shadows when you're a glowing ball of light. kind of gives it up.
Precisely.
I always say
The terror.
he's that's why they banned Mirana. I always say that he's just a glowing target for Mirana arrows. Although I think it was actually Boreal that banned that, but whatever.
Yeah,
Doesn't
whatever.
matter. Tide could go in for the Blink Dagger. He's at 1,400 gold. He's going to start farming some things. He could farm... Actually, let's look at the Ancient stack here on the Dire side. No stacks. About to be 1. Loki's set up.
I mean, the amount of gold and XP, the difference is so gigantic here. What is Team Leviathan doing? I mean, what's their strategy right now? Their tri-lane didn't really go that well. They got 1 first blood. Who cares about that? And it's just, I'm interested to see how they're going to turn this around.
Goes for the top rune, and both cores of Boreal are there to greet him. And, well, Legion has to say goodbye.
Goodbye, Legion. Deep fried Legion down in the top lane rune there. Shredder Dota still he's doing relatively well though. I mean, he's in 2nd place, only 100 gold behind of that PA. But PA is definitely much more of a problem towards the mid and the late game, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's just so much burst damage on Boreal. Magic, soon, there's going to be some pure damage if Lena does go for the Ags. They've obviously got the physical damage coming out from the PA. And then there's just the massive amounts of crowd control that come from the Fissure, the Echo Slam, and the Ravage. They have actually a really cohesive team, I feel like. Like at every stage in the game.
Shredder way too far up. He's going to get initiated now, and he has got nowhere to go. That poor Lion was looking to take him out, and Lion doesn't even need to come to the party. And, whoa, Lion sneaks it through the back, though, and fries that poor little Wisp. Goodbye, Wisp, and Shredder goes down as well. Luckily, they will be able to take out the Phantom Assassin, though, on the top lane. So that's great that they're able to cut that out for a little bit.
I mean, it's both of the farming roles, right? It's the 78 last hit PA and the 62 on the Viper, but Viper lives for the experience and PA doesn't, so I feel like that trade is pretty good, and I'll just trust my judgment because I didn't click on Teamfight Recap. Apologies. But, yeah, I think that went overall pretty well. They were expecting to blow up that Viper a lot quicker than they did. And I guess Lion did come in, and we've seen now how fragile this Wisp is to either the Guna Blade or the Finger of Death. Like, Finger of Death is way more. It's 600 damage. Like, it's just a dead Wisp.
That's just it. I mean, there's nothing that poor Wispy could do. Just hide. Get that BKB rolling, Wisp. Let's go. I mean... Doom is just not, I don't know. Do you feel like he's pulling his weight here? I mean, I'm not seeing too much coming out of this guy.
No, definitely not. I don't think his jungle was really even warded up or contested. Doom didn't really strike me as a Jenkins hero. Seems like far too standard. And I don't know, I'm not sure if he really had the Doom jungle rotation on lock. But, I mean, it's okay. He's got his Midas and he does have 2,000 gold. So the Blink could be coming soon. It hasn't worked out yet. But I think the Doom still can work out.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, he does have his hand of Midas. He's ready to start making some major money. If he goes for a Blink Dagger, they'll have double Blink Dagger up now. The Legion Commander does have a Blink Dagger up as well.
Yeah, just got it delivered.
Could see a big turnaround here coming up, but they have got to win the next team fight, I would say, Leviathan Gaming, if they want to be anywhere near still in this match. And that's going to be a tall order with a Tide Hunter Blink Dagger coming out. I mean, they're going to have some pretty... gosh darn good positioning to be able to come out on top of the next team fight.
And I would just like to say that I was correct about the Yule Scepter for the Lena. So
oh!
Put one on the board for Helium. The item is broken, honestly.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, it's not broken, but it's so good. It's no wonder we see games with 8 Yule Scepters, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just provides everything you want. It's speed, a little escape, a disable. I mean, a huge setup. It's a wonderful item, but I don't know. I'd have to say Blink Dagger in its current state is just as worse.
Yeah, well, that's why Yule's got popular, right? Because Blink got so popular, then Yule's got the buff to cancel Blink, so it went kind of hand in hand. But, yeah, there were a lot of Blink Daggers. I'm going to bring up the items at large. Something that's a little interesting is Shredder is not bothering for a mech at all. He goes battle mode. He gets a cloak for some spell resistance, and he goes Yasha. The Blink's there on Shibi, Medallion on Nushim, so there's some rush potential as well. The Blink is there on Jenkins, so the Blink Doom will be very nice. But look at this Ravage up here at the top rune. It's 470 that shoots that. The Duel is here, and the Wisp is keeping people alive. KVH will find 1 kill on the Venge. He'll go up into the air, and he'll come back down with a wand. Will he be able to survive? It looks like he just might. He's getting away with 2 HP, and he will die in the Scorched Earth from Jenkins. And still fighting over here is Shredder, trying to chase down 470, and like I talked about earlier, Kraken Shell doesn't really help you when you're being chased by a Viper. Green on green, and it's the Viper that will prevail. Meanwhile, PA farming finds a basher.
Yeah, PA does get a basher, but she's about to get her head bashed in as well. Here comes the Doom, and here comes the Legion Commander. Duel is on cooldown for 14 more seconds, though, so we won't be seeing a duel. Looks like it's all going to be body blocks, and that will be just fine. Looks like Doom takes out that Phantom Assassin. Here we go! This is what we're talking about. We're trying to get these team fights rolling up and get a presence in this game. Can we take a look at that scoreboard, the XP and gold, and see what kind of difference we just got there?
Yeah, on the recap, it was about 3,800 positive experience for Leviathan and about 2,000 gold change towards Leviathan. And did I say, wait, I don't think any of us said Battle Fury, but that's what we were wondering about earlier. So it was a casual Perseverance into a Skull Basher?
Interesting.
All right, I guess. I feel like
All right.
I kind of disagree.
Well,
She wanted
I
to
don't know.
fight, so it makes sense, but I feel like with the farm she was getting, she could have just went in for, like, all of the farm.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know who else would be their kind of hard carry on that team besides her. That's going to be in case the late game happens. I mean, the Basher's nice, but we're making a lot of money with a Battle Fury right now.
And they just unveiled this Battle Fury and then lost the team fights across the map. So that's really not what Boreal wanted to happen. Although I still think their late game, like, tied with Double Ravage is always terrifying. It literally just wins games. Lena with an Ags as well, I mean, goes well into the late game, can kill almost anybody pretty easily. And PA is
Speaking of
obviously
Lena.
not that slowed down. Yeah, in the bottom lane, she'll find Shredder. It's not pure damage yet, but it still hurts quite a bit. It's going to be traded out, though, as the relocate comes in. And they're also going to find the Tidehunter. Doom is here. Everyone for Leviathan just showing up. And
Hello!
Flying Zebra as the stand-in is still working very, very well on, honestly, one of the more critical heroes in the lineup.
Absolutely. Well, special delivery there on the Legion Commander. Just look at the rotation that team just put up. I mean, their Viper was engaged, and almost the entire team was there before he died to a burst damage Lena. Legion Commander might be overstaying her stay here at the top lane, but she's going to make it out alive with that Blink Dagger. Wisp tailing along, making sure to be not seen by anybody. And the turnaround, it's happening. Could it be? 8-7, they're actually in the lead currently, on the kills at least.
Yeah, gold never actually got too bad, because, I mean, at the end of the day, they still had a Doom with the Midas and Devour. It was like 500 to 1,000 gold that they were trailing. Experience was getting a little out of hand for like a 10-minute mark, where they were trailing by more than 4,000, but that last team fight and that, I guess we'll just call it a pick-off for Leviathan, have been really, really nice. We see them now leading in experience and basically at equilibrium here on the gold graph, sort of approaching that 20-minute mark. I guess when we truly get into that mid-game.
I can't wait for that mid-game. This is a pretty close match so far. Very exciting. Look who happens to be top on net worth all of a sudden. It's Mr. Doom coming out of that jungle, making his way in the world today with everything he's got. I'm loving it. Like to see somebody come back, and you just can't stop a Doom with a Midas. I mean, it's just too much money, too much XP.
Yeah, and I'm glad he knows. I mean, obviously Jenkins is going to know to go for the Midas Blink Ags. It's great. I think you can maybe in certain games, like if there's no passives to disable, then don't worry about the Ags. It's not worth it. But against a PA, absolutely, you're going to want to go for the Ags. And then the other build, like if you don't need to get an Ags, I think Vlad's and Shivas are great items for the Doom to pick up and either help with push or just help with the team fight.
Yeah,
between
absolutely.
that, what, like 15 to the rest of the game time period.
Looks like Shredder is having a nice time in the bottom lane. He's going to be pushing that bot when nobody contesting him yet. We'll see if we see any TPs, but pressure's being put on top as well. Here comes a little rotation from the Tidehunter and the Lion. I'm not sure they'll be able to really do that much, though, but Shredder's a little too worried. He's going to back out. And Vengeful Spirit hiding in the woods, waiting for that counter initiation if it should happen.
Wow, Lion already has a Blink Dagger as well. That's pretty crazy. So the blink counter, we've got one on Shibi's Legion, one on Jenkins' Doom. And looking over at Boreal, Loki's Lion, and the Tide with the Blink. But here's the swap out. That's going to be... I mean, it was a swap, so it was Nusham initiating, and they will find the kill. Looks like he threw the Finger of Death, but it didn't quite find him. Now Tide will jump in and get it. Just going to TP away from Shredder, as that's obviously one thing you can do. And Shredder, it's not just a casual cloak. He finishes an entire pipe off of that, and we quickly got to go over towards the mid lane because there's a duel here onto KVH, and he's going to fall. It's winner for Shibby. 28 damage now he's got built up.
Oh, Lord. You might want to take that pause, absolutely, and think about what just happened, because you just got jumped in the middle of nowhere. That Wisp Legion combo is so powerful. I'm loving it so far. And I wonder what this pause is about. Perhaps to tell Mr. Earthshaker to run for his poor life? I would have to say so.
Probably just to delay the game. You know, Reddit's pretty upset about games being delayed, so players just trying to stick it to Reddit.
There we go. Stick it up, babies.
It looks like...
Earthshaker's he's in quite a bind. How's he going to get out of this?
Yeah, and also in a bind in the sense that he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, which I feel like is really going to help the team.
I like the Soul Ring, though. I usually run Soul Ring on Earthshaker, so good for him. Represent right before you die.
Is this the return of Susie? Apparently Susie doesn't think he went anywhere and doesn't need to return. But yeah, this isn't going to be great for Earthshaker. Footsie. Oh, unless he dips into the trees. Oh no, they're pinging him out. He was going for the jukes. He lost the 12 seconds because, well, they went back to the top lane with the Wisp. And actually, Phantom Assassin just killed Doom. But we're watching Earthshaker die. Because that's what everyone really wanted to see. And he will die, but will they be able to cancel this TP? They do have Ravage available. Though Bob Esports didn't think it was important enough. Really, he's 470, but Bob Esports is just fun to say.
And here we go, the fight for first place here on net worth. Doom and Phantom Assassin just neck and neck right now, but Phantom Assassin's got to be careful. If she falls off, she's going to be in some big trouble, so she's got to make sure that she keeps up. And that's maybe where that Battle Fury might have been coming in handy right now, but I ain't going to tell you how to play your hero. You do whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, PA... Like, with the Doom doing also well, and actually did just finish his Ags now, that'll probably be unveiled. I mean, if you're Leviathan, you're hoping you unveil this Ags with a big team fight win, because the PA should be useless. But you never know how it's actually going to work out. PA's life is going to be difficult, though. I mean, even a BKB doesn't solve that issue. Like, there's enough physical damage coming from Venge, your passive's disabled, also, like, the Viper can slow you with everything through magic immunity, so BKB might not even be the item at all for PA, and it looks like he goes Ultimate Orb, so it looks like the Casual Perseverance will stay around and probably turn into a Lincoln's at this point.
Oh, Lincoln's is a pretty smart pickup, though. They do have a lot of single target spells on this team, so do agree with that choice, absolutely.
It's pretty much the item. Like, I've seen and cast so many teams, and they just lose to a Doom because he's gone Ags Refresher, and they didn't spend the time to build any Lincolns. So it's unconventional for your PA to go for it, but I think it's good.
Oh, they tried to deny Lion down at the bottom lane, but Lion is taken out. Oh, I forgot we could draw!
Yeah, drawing is pretty much the greatest thing ever.
Oh, that's a dead Lion right there. The bottom lane, Tyler trying to do something. He's still got his hands on that Ravage. He's going to pop out with a Force Staff, though, coming out there. So certainly see some mobility on that Tidehunter, but is he not going hard enough? I think they need to force a team fight at this point before Leviathan gets a little bit too big to handle.
Yeah, they might just be scared. Like, if they try to initiate a team fight and then the Wisp and or the Venge, or even the Legion for that matter, like, keeps someone alive, and then you've kind of, like, shown your hand if you've thrown your ultimates, Boreal just might be scared to engage, or they're really, really waiting for that perfect engagement. And maybe they can find it with the Lincolns. Put a Lincolns on the Tidehunter or something.
Oh, the Lincolns is up on that PA. Well, that's some good farming coming out of her. Looks like she's about to get jumped, though, if she goes a little bit too far. And there we go. Tidehunter starts up, and no, he's caught up before he can do the Ravage, and Tidehunter down. Now they're going to have to fight without that. No problem, says Susie. She is going in and knocks out that Vengeful Spirit, and she's still on the hunt. Lion trying to blink in and do something with that as well, and Lion's just blinks a little bit the wrong direction here, and they are going to be able to escape. However, poor little Wisp all alone. Hide, little Wisp, hide! And that little Wisp is going to try to get out. No! And he's caught out. Say goodbye to the light bulb, ladies and gentlemen. Lights out for Mr. Wisp.
He tried.
He did try.
He's still alive, actually, somehow. Meanwhile, PA chased. Who did PA just chase down and kill? The Viper? The Viper?
PA got
over
Vipes,
in mid.
did. Hell! I don't know what happened over here, but it was pretty violent.
Trying
Down
to.
at the top.
I guess he was trying to bring down the tower. Nice. You're really channeling the drawing now.
Yes, thank you.
You're casting from my own heart, I guess. I feel like
Oh,
I feel like I draw the most
I love drawings.
out of casters, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. The title is out there, waiting to be taken. So let's take a look at the XP and gold graphs again. Whoo! Look at that! It's the grand, it's Mount Everest, heading up in the way, and right back down. It's a sad, sad tale being told by Team Leviathan there, bringing it up and then falling a little back down. Now, Doom didn't want to be part of that fight. Should he have been?
It was pretty spread out. I feel like Leviathan maybe just run. I don't. Did they really? If Viper didn't die mid, I feel like it wouldn't have been too bad. Like they lost Avenge and a Wisp. It was just supports. Like the Ravage was thrown out.
Oh, you are not doomed because the Lincoln Sphere.
So that catches them off guard. They've wasted the Doom, and now Lena comes in. The Ravage. Oh, it wasn't ever used top. I thought it was. Well, I guess I'm just crazy. So he uses it here in the mid lane, and this is turning this fight around very, very nicely. Not only did the Lincolns pickup allow this to happen, but Ravage being available. There's even going to be, I think, what is actually the first Fisher of the game. But still, with these big ultimates from Boreal, it's gone 2 for 2, so we can kind of see why they were hesitant to take these big team fights. Like, imagine if the Doom actually went out on somebody else. 747 still going to keep going for this. Meanwhile, I think, was that just a turnaround level death onto that Tidehunter to bring him down for the kills? Jenkins Dota, though, I don't think going to survive that. He will buy out. He loses no gold. And while everyone on the team dies, I'm sure he's like, that was worth it. Didn't lose any gold. And he's, well, he's bought the plate mail and the recipe. So the most expensive item for the Shiva's Guard is yet to be purchased.
There we go. Well, it's still anybody's game. The score now 16-17. Now with Boreal leading the pack, and looks like we're going to see a little Roshan attempt here. Could it be? Indeed, it will be.
Yeah,
Somebody help that Roshan.
I don't think he was going to have a very fun time either way. I mean, there's Avenge with the Medallion, so that opens up Roche to Leviathan, and then obviously Boreal can do it on the Dire with a PA. Nice.
That's one dead Santa.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy were you that they put the Roshan tree back into the game?
I'm going to have to put a 100 out of 10 on that
100 out of 10?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Just what a
much up there
joy.
as well.
He even got presents. It's beautiful. So, the warding, though. Let's talk about that. Team Leviathan. Where are the wards? 0 wards. We're seeing all the wards coming out for Team Boreal. They don't have a defensive, offensive? Or they just skip it out on the vision this game, or what?
Well, Nusham and Flying Zebra both have wards in inventory, so I guess they're working on putting up their network, their vision array. They've got 3 wards. Nusham has 2. The Wisp still with 1, but bottom lane we're actually going to have a bit of an engagement here. Shibby, the crits coming out. That's going to blow him up. There's an Abyssal Blade already on this Phantom Assassin. So Lincoln's Abyssal and 1,300 gold. A little unconventional in terms of those being your first and second items, but pretty damn good. And actually up top, Doom is going to die to the burst damage of KVH's Lena. Footsie also helping out with some disables.
Oh, no. They just have burst damage everywhere. I can't believe we have an Abyssal Blade up that fast. That's just not good news.
Yeah, that is pretty insane, actually. 26 minutes Abyssal Blade coming out. I mean, we already said it's not a great BKB game, so why bother? And, well, quick work of the Vengeful Spirit. She will lose, what, 28% of her damage and still hit for about 200? So 747 not too upset about that.
What a nightmare. Well, this is what we were talking about in the early game. You can't be giving PA a free farm. She's going to just go ham on you in that mid-game. And here we are in the mid-game, and ham has been located. The ham is real.
Yeah. Although I say this sometimes, and you can feel free to quote me in the future, sometimes if you go too ham, you're going to get fried.
Hey-oh!
That's a good one.
That's beautiful. A little beautiful picture of bacon there for you. Could we be seeing the bacon? I don't know.
Cooking it right on the sidewalk because it's hot enough down here on the Radiant side of the map. I think they were waiting on, like, they felt confident on Leviathan that the Doom Ags was going to shut her down, but in that first fight, they were like, whoa, PA went Lincolns, and things, you know, that was I think that was the item choice, and if Boreal go on to win this game, I think it comes down to PA buying that Lincolns.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But now they know that the Lincolns is there, so they can, you know, plan around it a little bit more, cancel it, and then throw the Doom.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, they got to do something about that linkage. She's just such a damage sealer, and it's such a problem. Oh no! Another pause.
Pause hype.
Pause hype.
Usually, I mean, I guess we have a lot to talk about in this game, but pauses are usually time for effigies.
Let's
what
take
I
a
use
look.
It for.
Oh, Captain Kunkka, Ginyu Force 420. That's. Okay.
Wait, what's his stance? Is it like... Yeah, I can see it, like a little bit of the Ginyu Force dance.
Got a tree and protector, Ice Frog Sama O-Ah. Apparently that's him humping the ground. That's wonderful. Thank you for your treant.
Hero has been buffed considerably, so... You know what, you know the Omni Knight nerfs that I'm sure you were not excited about?
Yes.
I feel like... Because that was the only other ability in the game to heal towers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just took it away so that Ice Frog could say that Treant is the only one that can do it. That's my theory.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I mean, there's really no reason to get an Agnum Scepter anymore on Omni Knight after that.
Well,
I mean, unless
the
you're
global's
picking
pretty
something
baller
that's
still.
Yeah, I guess.
But I don't know why you take away the building healing. I could see taking away the healing on players, but don't take it away from the buildings.
Oh, what's the point? Why make it even cover buildings? It's worthless. Anyway, sorry. We shouldn't be talking about Omni Knight. It's not even in this game.
It's not what you signed up for.
Oh, the action returns, perhaps?
It
Bottom
does.
lane, Gonzo. The tower's gone. We've got to see something coming out from Team Leviathan that turned this bad boy around, but how are they going to deal with that PA? What is going to be the strategy? I just don't know.
I'm actually going to look at their... Do they have a Force Staff or any... They don't even have an item like a Force Staff or a Yule's where you could use it to pop that Lincoln's and then throw the Doom. I guess Doom can jump in level death into Ultimate. As long as they get the Lincoln's off and the Doom on PA, I think they'll be okay. PA will still hit considerably hard, so they're going to have to also kill her.
I mean, if anybody starts a fight with PA 1v1, they're dead. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just it. It doesn't matter at this point. So you have to at least put 2 people on that, but that's a huge problem. You have Tidehunter backing her up. You have a bunch of stunners, a bunch of bursts. I just don't know how to come back from something like this.
The Axe Viper is going to be pretty nice. The incredible range, a 12-second cooldown. You can try to keep some uptime of Viper Strike on the PA. It'll go through spell immunity. So the Viper Strike and the Doom onto the PA, and hopefully Vengeful Spirit and Wisp can keep up the 3 core heroes here for Leviathan, and they'll maybe be able to cope with the PA. But for right now, with the game sort of, you know, it swung one way and swung back and actually ridiculous. So the Everest you mentioned earlier is now nothing. It's like a small hill because Boreal is 12,000 experience ahead and pushing out about 7,500 net worth ahead. So that last couple fights, a few pickoffs have been very, very good for the Dire.
Yikes. Yep, definitely swinging in the direction of Boreal here, but I don't know. I mean, what does Leviathan do? Do they start a fight? Do they try to outfarm? At this point, they got to wait for Boreal to kind of make a mistake if they want to hope to win the next team fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure how far Viper can take them. Like, the pipe is nice. That's going to mitigate... Well, actually, it won't even mitigate the Laguna Blade anymore since it's pure damage with the
Axe,
Axe.
yeah.
But it will still mitigate some of that Finger of Death damage, the Ravage, and the Echo Slam. And as I say all of these abilities, that all sounds terrifying. So
All right.
good luck, Leviathan. I feel like there's a chance they can still do it, but it's not going to be easy.
Jesus. It's just a rough... They got team fight, they got single target, they got everything that they need. And this PA is just biding her time. I think she could win this match right now if she wanted to, but I
Ooh,
don't
she does have a
guess she
demon
wants to secure it. Anyway, pretty scary PA. I'm gonna draw a ghost. Ooh.
Looks like a pretty thug life ghost.
Well, let's see. At least we're seeing some. They seem to have taken the jungle here. Team Boreal leaving. Oh, are you drawing a full map ghost? That's cheating.
This is Cart. I think
You've
he
used
was-
the entire map.
He was going for Pac-Man, I think.
Oh, that's too much spooks for me, sir.
Too spooky for me. I am curious
got
about this
more?
Demon Edge, though, on 7047.
Ooh,
747, as Cart pointed out. Do they go Rapier? Is it an MKB in case Viper maybe tries to go Butterfly? Does he go for a Daedalus? I mean, you got some
who
crit.
cares?
Get some more, I guess.
She doesn't need anything. She could buy a Band of Elf skin at this point,
Yeah.
and she's still terrifying. Not to
that.
say Band of Elf Skin isn't a great item. It's just
Yeah, way to just call out an
great.
item. It's trying its best.
My bad.
You can build it into treads. I feel like a lot of people don't know that.
Huge.
It's MKB, all right. So we don't have to wonder any longer. And there was no threat of a butterfly coming out, but the damage, another chance to cancel anyone trying to TP away. You've already got the bash, now you've got the mini stun, and you've got the active of Abyssal Blade. And I think with that item pickup, Boreal are maybe going to feel like fighting.
Oh, could it be a little bit of action, or are we going to be seeing the farm here? Nope.
There's been 37 kills in 32 minutes, but
Whatever. That's not enough action.
not enough
We
action.
need more team fight.
At least 2 kills a minute, or people fall asleep.
Well, a congregation occurring here by the secret shop. Looks like a smoke will be coming out. We are going to see an initiation, and they're really hoping they could get a pick off here. Hoping that they're going to be a little bit spread out, but they're not going to be spread out at all. So this might be a very, very poor idea. It's all about who they can get that pick on. Lion, probably not the best one you want to get a pick on, but a nice pick there. They're going to try to initiate now. A Doom coming out on that Tide Hunter. Interesting choice there. And the Echo Slam coming out, and looks like, whoa, could it be that they're turning this match around there? Legion Commander knocking out the PA. Woo, I don't know what I'm talking about, because they just turned it up. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Legion is also hitting for well over 200 damage now with 60 from just dual victories alone. Has a blade mail, so might have even returned some of those crits. That's definitely something PA's got to watch out. And Flying Zebra with a really nice play there. He'll bring Nusham back home safe. And where exactly did he leave from? I'm trying to find... Oh, he was right here on the low ground. So they're waiting for him to come back. He's going to tether over to a teammate. Here's the buybacks. There were quite a few. Lion and the Tide both bought back. And the Earthshaker. I think there were actually 3. We can check it out in a second. Wispa will be blown up here. That's KVH that does the damage. Actually, Earthshaker will be credited with the kill. Shredder, I don't think they're going to keep chasing that. So PA dies, that's the big one. And I don't know, I mean, they picked off the Lion, so that was some disable gone right out of the gate. They threw the Doom onto the Tide, so at least there was no Ravage. And then they just got their duel on with the PA.
Got that duel on. That was beautiful. I mean, I was just impressed that, Lion's not the best pick that they could have gotten, but they know that they didn't get him, and then they moved on the next target so quickly.
They didn't have to use anything to kill Lion either, though, right? Like, they literally just looked at him and he died, and then they still had their abilities starting a fight 5v4.
Absolutely. Oh, no. Lion initiation on this Doom here. Doom a little bit caught out. Will he be able... No! He looks like he ain't going anywhere. Doom going to be very poorly caught out there in the middle of nowhere, and that is going to cost this team pretty badly. Whew! Just in the wrong place at exactly the right time to get picked off by that Lion.
I think KVH maybe needs another big mana item with Laguna Blade costing just under 700 mana. Like, he didn't have it to use there. And they will deny him, so he won't be farming for another 80 seconds, but doesn't lose anything for it. That was 2,000 experience just for killing the Doom, and Doom lost about 600 gold.
Oh, boy. Looks like Legion thinking about jumping this PA down here. She is going to go for it, and is PA going to make it out? She is trying to find a little bit of Juke City. Juke City is not there, though. It is there. Welcome. Oh! And the Lincoln Sphere, what just happened?
There's nothing else to blink to, so Shippy's going to get the duel, and the Blade Mail is what's returning all that damage. That's how they're killing the PA. They're using her own damage against her. Very wise, Leviathan.
That was very good. 2 times PA has been kind of caught out in the middle of nowhere and taken out. And look at that Roshan at the perfect time spawning. Easy peasy pickups there. Who's going to be taking this? The Legion Commander, I assume?
Yeah, I would Legion or Viper could maybe drop a TP. Legion has many slots open. So yeah, I would think Legion. And there it is. Easy kill. So that's been, what, 160 seconds now of PA dead over like the last 3 minutes? She's literally been dead for 3 minutes, having respawned and died right again. So that's definitely going to hurt her. She was very far ahead, though, because she's still like 2,500 gold ahead and at the top of net worth. It's still Doom in second place. KVH on that lean at 15.8, and Shredder holding on pretty much the entire game. He's been up there, 15.5k right now. And Legion at 12.9.
Yeah, that's one thing that you start to see around now, though, is that the Vipers will start to fall off a little bit. So we'll see if that happens. Here comes an initiation on Shibby looking to go get that Earthshaker. Earthshaker stunning out as much as he can, though. Will he... Whoop! gonna be screamed at a little bit. What are they doing? They
I
letting him
know.
go? Oh, they're letting Viper take it. Okay.
I think Flying Zebra came up and didn't have a tether, and then it was like, what do I do?
What do I do now?
Oh, they're going to find Tide as well. He does have a TP, but the damage is immense, and there's also a Doom, so he can't use any of those abilities. So Leviathan finding all the pickoffs exactly when they need them. They actually lead in kills right now by 2. It's 25-23 here at about 36.5 minutes into this game. And we check out the graphs one more time, and we'll see that it's been brought back from the brink. It was about an 8,000 gold lead now at Equilibrium, and that was a gold lead for Boreal. Experience, they got maybe 14k in favor of Boreal, and it's been halved. It's about 6,000 in their favor right now. But experience not really the big deal as we get this late into a game.
Right. Well, we did say that, you know, Team Boreal, they had to be making mistakes if Leviathan was going to come back, and mistakes are being made, I would have to say. All that 5-man roaming that they were doing before is out the window now. I mean, they're very split up. They're just letting towers go down without even trying to find it. What happened at Team Boreal?
I'm not really too sure. I think they got...
Dire's top tower is
I don't know, maybe
under
they
attack.
stopped feeling confident. Like, they had that one good fight with the Lincolns, and then I think they got smoke ganked immediately after that and not feeling as strong as they were. Like, they are kind of struggling to kill the cores. A little bit. Like, if PA gets jumped on, which is very easy to do, I mean, you have to watch out for both the Doom and the Duel. Either one is going to kill the PA. I mean, from now on, I think for both teams, this game just comes down to team fight execution. I don't think the door is completely open or completely closed for either side.
Right. Secondary Lincoln Spear coming out for Lena.
That's
We'll
smart.
see how that works out. Yep, they'll probably... Can they stack those Lincoln Spears on the same hero?
Maybe, I don't actually know.
Maybe.
It seems my game. I've been told that my game knowledge is terrible. So
Oh,
who knows?
I think it's wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
Top lane there, pushing those out a little bit, and not too much happening on Team Radiant here. Team Leviathan, it's biding their time as PA pushes the bottom lane just with their crit daggers, trying to hide out
Yeah,
there.
she's very scared now.
Terrified.
Oh, this is
But,
nice.
ooh.
MKB coming out for Viper. I know you just said sometimes Vipers fall off, but I think Shredder's gone for a build where he's going to be pretty relevant for a little while longer. And the Wisp keeps him more relevant, right? Because
Absolutely.
this is a build where he does sort of lack attack speed, only getting it from Treads and Yasha, but with the overcharge coming into effect, Shredder's going to be doing some deeps.
What is Susie doing here? Is this really worth it? A couple of the daggers? If she's caught out here, I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I don't
Terrifying
understand the hesitation. Like, you're PA, you can be on the map farming and they won't see you unless they actually look, you know? But
Well,
as I
no,
say that, she
speaking of
walks out of the trees and here's a relocate going right on for Susie. She might be able to bring down Jenkins in time. Jenkins will throw out the Doom and try to run away. The Shiva's the Arctic Blast, trying to get that kill, giving PA a brain freeze as she will fall. And back to the top lane. No one was in the neighborhood to even contest that relocate on the return. So it's just a
What
pick off
was
on the...
that?
PA just wasted, like, 2 minutes in the tree line and then got killed. So game is definitely turning around.
3-2-2, perhaps? I'm not
Maybe.
going to say that, but...
I don't think this game was even on lounge, so I don't know if there's any point. Unless you bet real money to your friends or something.
There you go. Very confusing. I don't know what PA was doing down there, B, why she was there for so long, and then chose to come out at all. So, looks like a push on the mid-racks here after that very nice kill. I don't think she has the ability to buy back, so...
And no refresher on Tide. Which is kind of dangerous right now. Like, if Boreal throw a fight, and even if they go even or slightly win, if they don't have that Ravage to defend the next time they push, Arax very well could fall, and Shredder... I mean, it's a pretty decent pushing hero. The 4 points and Nether Toxin are very nice, and you can see him with Press the Attack, Overcharge. He's ripping that tower to pieces.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We only have 20 more seconds till PA is back. Tidehunter does TP back. He's ready to initiate with a Ravage, perhaps. And we're seeing Shredder Dota just putting on the hurt on that tower. Overcharged by that Wisp. Look at that attack speed. He's a machine gun. And there it goes. Just effortless. No counter initiation, no nothing. And they're out like ninjas into the night.
Yeah, that was smart. Not looking to take too much and then maybe throw away that momentum that they've been carrying behind them. And they'll back up. They'll throw down a sentry to make sure they're not seen. And now they're even going to smoke. Maybe put Shredder into the lane and try to bait him. Although I would be very surprised if Boreal fell for that. Like, ooh, a hero. Let's get him. At
I
this
mean,
point of the
sure.
game, at this level, you're not just gonna jump on somebody.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They have been caught out a couple times. Doom was caught out in the bottom, so they might buy that. But PA again, going in the middle of nowhere, no teammates, just begging to be jumped on here.
They
But
got
I guess that's
teammates.
what their teammates are looking for, huh? They're hoping that they jump on her and then go for a counter initiation there. It's
Yeah.
a trap.
It is a trap. It's quiet. Too quiet. As there's a Lincoln's, I think KVH is using his for the Tidehunter for the time being. Allow him to jump in, not get doomed, and throw the Ravage. And actually, are there BKBs starting to come up? Shibby is gone for one right now. And this is kind of where it gets dangerous. Like, if Leviathan maybe rushed BKBs and had wasted the charges, Boreal's not too worried. But now that Leviathan is going to be picking up fresh BKBs at 10 seconds, that gets a little worrisome, I think.
Oh, super worrisome. I mean, two of your big abilities to control the team fights are solely based that they don't have those BKBs up. I mean, at 10 second at this point, 42 minutes, that's crazy. Very terrifying.
Yeah, it should be still at 10. It's at 9, but yeah, whatever, close enough. And I would assume it's what Shredder's going for next as well. Unless he wants to maybe finish Mansa or even just go SNY for why not? For the lols. That's why I build SNY.
For the lols?
Also, the new sound on Sanj is really cool.
Oh yeah, it's rad. Definitely, just worth that. That's how I pick my items, just based on
The sounds.
what cool effects they make.
All right, the Blink Dagger is finally here. The
Heyo!
patience. The
The
patience from
42
Footsie.
minute blink.
Don't have to
How
farm.
has this Earthshaker been doing so well without a blink? Great positioning. I mean, he's had pretty good echo saves so far, so pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, he's done, I think, pretty well.
I know, I'm garbage without the blink dagger. You need that for me. So we see their entire teams now, they're moving as 5, as they were before, before everything went to hell for Team Boreal. And we'll see who wins this next team fight. Well, I don't know. If Boreal's able to come out with it, they might be able to finally get some objectives that they've been really missing out on in this last couple of minutes, but that's the game. I
Roche
would
is
have to
probably
say.
that next objective, as we see respawning in about 15 seconds. I think, however, there's a line being drawn, and the team has smoked up. It's Boreal that's smoking up. It should be mentioned, no buyback on Wisp, Tide, or Earthshaker. They're the 3 heroes without it. Jumping right in, it's going to be Footsie with that big Echo Slam. Now the Ravage going to be following up, and this is the initiation they wanted, the unveiling of the Refresher on 470. 3 heroes on Leviathan dead. Boreal, though, has still lost 2. Jenkins alive and kicking. Shibby is there as well. The Doom got thrown off on Susie, probably why they're not continuing this fight, and well, that's everything. That was double Ravage and an Echo Slam, and it was... Well, I mean, yeah, it's just 2 supports that died, but it was still 2 for 3 at the end of the day. The only core falling and all of that was Viper. Boreal just used a lot. They respawn, Leviathan could just go mid and take a Rax.
Yeah, I mean, they used everything that they had, all tricks out of the book, and they didn't get either of the really big targets that they were really looking for. A Viper's a nice pick, but at this point, jeez.
And the 12th slowest Blink Dagger on Earthshaker of all time. That's a stat.
That's sad.
I mean, not really taking anything away from the performance here of Earthshaker. I think he's played a good game. That initiation downstairs right now was just pretty unreal, but he's got a lot of heroes looking for farm. Lion did actually really well, and I think he kind of just like took over that 4 role. It was like, you know, I'm doing this. Because Lion was actually even on par with Tidehunter for a small portion of the game in terms of net worth.
That's tough to do as a Lion.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how he... I guess he was just involved in every kill, because like there's no farming potential there.
Right. Well, big item coming out on the Doom. Doom now does have his Refresher Orb ready to roll, so that's 2 heroes potentially taken out of the team fight, and definitely not something that Team Boreal wants.
I think this could be the game for Leviathan if they have these next few minutes go in their favor. Like, having won that team fight in the bottom lane, or having killed a few people, and I think some item purchases were made, there's no buybacks. The only buyback is Lena right now.
Oh, this could be a mistake down in the Roche pit, but remember that they do not have those big ultimates for just a little bit.
Yeah, there's nothing. 470's still going to jump in, though. They'll land the Fisher. They'll land quite a few things. Flying Zebra going to pull somebody out. It looks like there was a cross map. That, you know, the standard global Finger of Death, as actually I'm even feeling at the server lagging pretty hard, and Earthshaker just got killed by Roche.
Roshan taking another life in the Roche pit. What a sad story.
Yes, what is wrong with this game? I don't know. I mean, right before we were hosting, everything just crapped out. Like the whole network went down. I don't know if it was a patch or I don't know if lizards are in the pipes again or what's going on.
Oh. Well, that's not good. Earthshaker did. I'm not sure if he got his ult off. He did not get his ult off.
It was
He had
down
1
still.
second
I think it
left.
just came back up. Yeah.
Jumped in with 3 seconds left on his ult, and he just didn't have enough time to get it off before he was killed. What a nightmare.
It didn't register my Shiva. I don't know. Lag sucks. I think that's all we got to say. Put it on a shirt and wear it around town. So let's look over to the west, I guess. We'll use cardinal directions of the Roshan pit, where we see Jenkins trying to run away, and his Shiva is now activated. I think they're maybe not lagging. I might go here. He's dealing with both Boreal's 747 and KVH, so I think Jenkins might just keep running 5 seconds on the Blink Dagger cooldown, looking over towards the Roche pit itself. I don't even know if the members of Boreal want to chase that, because they still kind of have to deal with Roche. Earthshaker obviously died, and there's no buyback. I think it's safe to say he was dead anyways. And
Oh, yeah.
like you said,
Without the lag.
I like that his ultimate's still on cooldown, but on the green bar up top it says it's available. That's
Right at the right second, I guess.
Illuminati.
This game was rigged!
Can't unpause? Alright, well, I think it's happening. Very much happening. And down here to the south, it's the supports, Lion and Tide, I guess, offlane are running up. They will absolutely destroy the Doom. And now Doom's going to buy back. He's right back into the fray. He had those boots of travel already. He's going to look for the Doom, and he will throw it onto 747. He's also dueled up, and it's going to be a winner for Shibby. He's now taken 114 damage. There's no buyback there for 90 seconds, so I think Leviathan right now can take out the Roche and maybe move in and take out a full lane of racks. Let's not forget that middle tier 3 tower did fall the last time Leviathan pressured a base, but downstairs it's going to be Jenkins that jumps in again, creating some more space, trying to find those pickoffs. There's the Ravage from 470. That's one going to be thrown out. His refresher, though, still on cooldown for another 30, and it's not enough to turn anything around. PA's down for 70, and it looks like the jukes were indeed had.
That's crazy. They just got out of there. All different directions and all TP'd at the same time. Great out, but they lost the Big Daddy. PA is down for 55 seconds, and they are going to push hard now on that bottom Rex. Viper in the middle trying to do stuff solo style, hitting up, causing a little bit of a distraction, waiting for his teammates to blink on, and there's the blink right there. And oh, he's turned into a fish! Could it be?
And he is
no!
flopping
There it is!
away.
Another Ravage coming out from Tide Hunter. What a turnaround, and the Doom is knocked out. Viper's got nobody in there to help him. I guess the Legion Commander, excuse me. But Boreal KVH just doing work and getting that Doom out of there. They will lose that barracks, however, but a nice turnaround. I thought they might have had a little bit more time to survive, but
I think they're
there he
going
goes.
and just try to end it. There's like still no PA for 10. There's no Earthtaker. There's no Lion for a while. The fortification will go out now. I'm guessing maybe it was just available, or they probably would have used it on mid. At this point, not much matters. Let's see if they get the 2-3 and run or continue to fight. It looks like they're sticking in for the long haul. They're going to try to win it right here, right now. Bring down another melee lane of racks. Do they get it? Not quite. They might want to just turn and hit it at this point. Oh, they still have the Aegis. So Legion with the Aegis, a nice 4-staff out defensive, but it's not enough. KVH going to blow up. Shibby goes for the duel. I really would just like him to hit this building, but I guess he's really never going to get the chance. And now Nusham also going to go down. We do have a buyback here on the Legion as well as the Viper, but they are all dead, and it was an ultra kill for 747 on the PA.
Oh, that is what 747 needed, but I mean, what else can she buy at this point to be still, in this game?
This is when you start becoming the support. You buy the wards and the sentries, and then you let your supports become the carries.
I suppose.
That's what I've learned when I was the 2-hour, was it Cloud9 Virtus Pro game? That game was absurd. And that's what happened.
I mean, what else does she need? The PA.
I guess boost of travel would maybe be the only thing. She can get Satanic as well, still, off the Helmet Dominator.
Yeah. We did forget about that. Satanic would be a great pickup for her. She's doing just enough kind of damage. She's got the kind of build for that. I mean, kind of more stunny, but Satanic never hurts on a PA. He can heal up all the way just on one nice crit.
Yeah.
Will they be able to do anything with this team wipe, though?
I don't really think so. I mean, they still have tier 2s to get through. The only lane that the tier 2 fell quite a while ago, actually, was down in the bottom lane, the tier 2 for the Radiant. I actually wish, you know when you open up the net worth graph, it shows you when there were kills?
Yeah.
Or just events. Like, if you look through all of those, it will say when a tower died, but I wish there was another bar that just, like, tower went down here, you know? I think that would be nice.
That'd be nice, but I mean, that's skill, man. That's what you need. That separates you from the beasts of casters, you know?
I guess. I mean, I've
gotta
tried
say-
to go through those sometimes.
I really was impressed by Jenkins' move on that Tidehunter. He calculated when he needed to be there exactly as long as he did, and then he just blinks out when he knows that the enemy is going to die from that Doom. So I would have kept chasing him, but no, he's just like, that will be enough, and he blinks out. Lets the deny happen, though, but still pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, still someone's dead, right? And they could still potentially force a buyback even off of that deny. So that's pretty big. Doom will be off cooldown in about 35, and then they'll have a refresher behind that. So the double Dooms are there. Doom also now going for the BKB, so it's going to be quite hard to deal with. Not a surprise, Viper went for one as well. Hasn't even used it and has managed to find another 3,600 gold on top of that.
Oh boy.
So he's happy. It's a 6-second BKB for the Legion. Shibby's been a little more loose with the BKB. But also about 3,000 gold in the bank, has an MKB, and there's a lot of ways now for Leviathan to deal with that evasion of the PA. They can just kill her pretty quickly, either the blade mail to reflect her own damage or just right-clicking on her.
Mm-hmm. Well, could it still be anyone's game, though? I mean, Boreal, they've got a long way to come back. But one good team fight, if they're in that base is going to melt quick with that PA damage.
I mean, one or two team fights, I guess, depending on who they kill. There are some buybacks, like the Viper and the Legion still have buyback, so
Okay.
it might take more than one team fight. But I agree. I don't think it's over. Losing Iraq's always sucks, but
Right. Certainly not the end of the world. Especially that mid. I mean, you're going to want to go mid anyway if you're going to go for one of those last-ditch kind of team fights, so not the sneakiest one.
still have some tier 2s to work through. But again, those won't really stand up very long to probably Lena or PA. What's Lena hitting for? I'm curious.
Oh, here we go.
25. Is this a
It's smoke time, baby. This is a smoke. This is the end.
I mean, this
Potentially.
is the unveiling of the BKB for Jenkins right now. He's going to show it off with
Hello.
gotta break the Lincolns, and he
Like
will. There's
that
Doom number
Lincolns.
1. Now he'll throw the refresh. He'll Doom somebody else. He needs to get this off of Bob. That one you can very clearly see is up. They'll kill Lena. KVH does have buyback and will force it out. PA also going to buyback right now. Tidehunter the only one on Boreal remaining with that buyback. Oh, the tentacles! They don't hit everybody, but the second pair will. That's going to hit 3 at least. Flying Zebra. Does he have a PKB as well on the Wisp? He does, and he's trying to keep up Shredder, but he will not quite be able to. So a lot of important buybacks here for members of Boreal. And this is a team fight that Boreal will, I guess technically they go even, but at the end of the day, they're the team with 5 players alive. Leviathan has 1, and those buybacks of the Viper and the Legion might be getting forced out here.
Yep, still the king survives though. The Doom is still alive with 50 seconds left on that ultimate, and they really turned it around with those buybacks, but that's it. If they lose another team fight, no more buybacks this time. It looks like they're just going to try to barrel right down the mid and see what they can get with those deaths there. As you were saying, the buybacks are still there for Viper and Legion Commander. I'm interested to see if they're going to be using those. Or is that what they're doing in the mid? Just trying to force those buybacks?
I don't think they won't buy back for tier 2s, but they might have to buy back for the tier 3. Or, I mean, they can say whatever, it'll be a Rax for a Rax in that mid lane. And maybe they just don't want to force them at all. But if we look at those heroes, yeah, there's definitely still item progression to be had.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And they'll have to back off. Doom is doing some split pushing and being rather annoying. So he'll force off the Lena. That's one of those core heroes. And with that, no tier 3 pressure and no buybacks forced.
There you go. That's unfortunate. They couldn't force those buybacks. That would have been huge if they were able to push that, but they kind of wussed out and leave it alone and go back to their base.
Also, I would like to point out that you never needed to draw a ghost if you look at the Ancient Apparition effigy in the Radiant base.
Oh, wow.
He's got it covered.
Spooky.
His arms are a little weird. Heart comes out. Okay, so I saw the Reaver on Legion. I wasn't sure if maybe she wanted Satanic, but she will just go straight for the Heart. I mean, she is a strength hero. Usually, the Satanic goes on the agility heroes, like we see. Ooh, PA actually stopped progress. Did she sell the Helm of Dom? Oh, no. Okay, it must have just been put on the courier for a TP or something. There's the Satanic now coming out to the PA.
The Satanic lives. It could be anyone's game at this point. A couple good crits without interruption from PA, the fight could be very easily won. But if they initiate on just the right people with that double doom, could go the other way. So could still be anybody's game in my personal opinion. And now we're going to see if they're going to lose a Rax here in the top with a very big and terrifying push coming out from Team Leviathan.
Yeah, the problem is just like if there is a doom on the PA, then there are no crits. Is really the only thing that is maybe worrisome, because that is basically their damage besides the quick burst that Lena has on one of the Laguna Blades. We'll see what Tide can do. They're keeping the refresher, or the Lincolns, excuse me, on him, and he does again have that refresher.
Yep, that's up in 10 seconds, so he'll definitely have that for the next team fight.
Well, they're just taking a slow top. Looks like Shredder will opt to go in for that Manta after all. Did go for the MKB, the BKB, all the KBs, and now he's got moving on towards the Manta. No,
come on,
not the lag. It's all right.
at least it didn't
We've
happen
got
during the
pretty much no schedule to adhere to. So, Jenkins, this is why you buy dogs, right?
This is it. Yeah, you don't want them biting you right before you win your big match. 55-minute mark, 35 to 36. It could go either way.
And it's actually
Very
really
excited to
close
see.
on the graphs for this point in the game. Not that they matter too much, but only a slight lead for Leviathan. Ooh, techies.
Techies.
Do you have the Arcana for techies?
Yeah, some fool gave it to me.
Oh, nice.
Some sucker.
He got conned.
Shredder Dota looking to get some, looking to be in the front. He's hoping that people will jump on him so his teammates can take them out while they're doing that. Not too much happening though. They are pretty scared. What's going on with Green? Where's Lion at right now? Oh,
Chilling.
I'm confused.
Dire's
But hey.
He is moving. Maybe he was a little AFK. He's going for the flank!
Oh, the super plays! The sneak around!
Just to blow up the Wisp. He sees
Come
the
up the
target.
top
Target acquired. Smoke has not broken yet. The Ravage goes off on the other end, and now we see what Loki's trying to do. It doesn't even have to do anything. He'll throw out the ultimate onto the Wisp, but over here there's a duel going off onto 747. He's not losing that much HP now. He is losing quite a bit, and he'll fall down. Shivy's still alive. They're trying to deal with 470 on the Tidehunter, and they will be able to. Everyone dying. PA's dead for 2 minutes, but there's the buyback by the Shaker. The buyback on the Tidehunter. KVH will drop, also down for 2 minutes. Triple kill here for Jenkins, who we thought was doing nothing in the early game, which I feel like is still accurate, but man, did he find the farm that he needed and bought the correct items. And then when it came down to the team fights, he played magnificently.
Magnificent! Wow. That's too bad. That secret mission Lion, he just didn't get there fast enough. Couldn't cancel out that Wisp, and the team fight was just not where he needed it to be. But what a match! Could have gone either way, and a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And whew, stay tuned for some more Dota with you, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It was fun having you here, and actually I'm going to throw it over to, well, I'll mention our Twitters first. I'm obviously Helium here, resident at CEVO. You can find me on Twitter at HeliumBrella here, and someone that probably doesn't need an introduction, but SirActionSlacks, the
Hello.
haver of good times. That's what
Yay.
I'm calling you. You can see our Twitters there in the top right, but now I'm going to go to this overlay. Well, not quite working out there. Let's turn off that and do that, because I wanted to show you guys the set that is available. So if you buy that ticket for CEVO Season 6, I believe it's $7.99. You can get this awesome Warlock set, of which I feel like the staff and the Golem in particular are quite awesome. You'll also, all the money, all the proceeds that we're getting at CEVO will go back into the prize pool, and I think Valve is even putting in 12.5% of the sale as well, so you can boost the prize pool up quite a bit. It's already gone up by about $2,000. I think we're floating around $3,000 for the prize pool right now, and I mean, I think this game can show us that players of this caliber are very deserving of some decent prize money. So hopefully you guys can help them out. And with that, we'll go to a break, and we'll be back eventually. I'll keep you guys updated with the schedule.
Yay!
Peace.
Peace.